How to get the courage to confront my husband. Looking for advice on how to mentally make myself confront my husband. He's not physically abusive, but he has a short temper and will become angry and cussing very quickly. On top of that, he always needs some form of revenge if he feels slighted. Like, I try to talk to him about how he spends $1,000 plus a month on herbal remedies that aren't working, and I ended up getting banned from drinking coffee, which costs us about $20 a month. The problem at hand, though, is that he's refusing medical treatment for our toddler who has really bad eczema. It's so bad, she scratches until she bleeds. She won't play with toys, she barely eats, she won't even walk on her own, needs to be carried around all day. She only wants to scratch. She wakes up 3 or 4 times a night screaming about being itchy. Through it all, my husband will only do herbal or alternative medicine treatments. We've never even tried hydrocortisone or even an over-the-counter lotion. He pays $300 a month on a specialty lotion that doesn't seem to be working. I'm fairly confident that insisting he use hydrocortisone or any regular medical approach will result in him yelling at me and probably kicking me out of the house. I've made my peace with that, to the point that I have a friend who said I could stay at her place if it comes to that. The problem I'm having is working up the courage to confront my husband. I'm a normally shy and timid person, and just thinking about approaching him gives me so much anxiety. What can I do to make myself have this confrontation? Also, sorry, this is my second post today. I tried to post this earlier, but it only posted part of the text. I deleted that post and made this new one. Update. First, let me address some of the common comments from the original thread. Medical neglect / call CPS. So I did call a lawyer and talked about this one with him. He said the state gives a lot leeway for parents to choose how to treat their kids' conditions. Choosing alternative or natural methods isn't neglect. In fact, it shows you're trying. The state doesn't really care if it works or not. He also said CPS is looking for signs of physical abuse, so they likely would not care either. Domestic abuse hotline. I called these people as well and described what's happening to me and my child. They did say that my husband's behavior is emotional abuse / manipulation, but that's not criminal. He's also not physically abusing our child, and neglect isn't in their scope, so a domestic violence shelter wouldn't take me, as nobody is in imminent danger. She did say I should leave him, though. Take your kid and run. Going back to the conversation with the lawyer, from the state's point of view, my husband and I are 2 people with different opinions on how to treat our toddler, and they don't value either of our opinions above the other. I have no legal standing to escape with my child. In fact, that would be considered kidnapping and would ruin my chances of getting custody in the divorce. He can't kick you out. Yes, the lawyer agreed with his statement. But also, I can't kick him out. But what would life be like living with someone you're trying to divorce? Wake up, get cussed out. Try to make lunch, get cussed out for using the bread. The lawyer did suggest that I should be the one to move out to spare me some emotional well-being. Also, he said if I really disagree with my husband's treatment of our toddler, then I should move out to prove it. Otherwise, by staying it makes it look like I agree with him. How can anyone ban you from drinking coffee? It's true, he doesn't slap coffee out of my hand. Maybe he would if he had the chance, but he can make my life hell. Want to get some pizza? No, you wasted our money on coffee. Need an oil change on my car? Can't. You wasted our money on coffee. Want to watch some Netflix? I canceled it to save money for your coffee. I'm feeling sick? It's because you drank all that coffee. Grow a backbone. Oh, totally forgot. I could do that. Problem solved. Like, I wish I could be a different person. I see that the way I am has led me here and is hurting my child. I wish I could fundamentally change myself. I wish I could throw who I am into the garbage and just become someone else. I would love to do therapy and get help, but that could take years, and for my child's sake I can't wait that long. Thus I turned to Reddit in hopes of learning about some meditation technique or something to get me to tell him I'm leaving. So now we get to my current dilemma. As stated above, he has done nothing wrong in the legal sense, so I have no standing to kick him out or to take my child and run. Since it'll be almost impossible to force him to leave, that means I have to leave. But then I can't take my kid with me, and it could be a few weeks to work with the lawyer and get an injunction filed to force him to grant me 50-50 custody, the state's default until custody is officially decided. I understand that long term, it'll be worth it, but it's so hard to consider leaving my kid behind. And so, unfortunately, I'm still with him. I'm sorry to disappoint everyone. I wish I had better news or even some kind of plan to move forward. It's not easy to go nuclear on your life. In good news, I did convince him to take our kid to urgent care. However, 10 minutes before the appointment, he suddenly changed his mind and canceled. But then, later that night, he suddenly decided that our toddler was so sick we need to go to the ER. It turns out she has a common cold virus and a double ear infection. They gave us some antibiotics for her, and after some arguing, I convinced my husband to actually use them. I opted to stay in the marriage to make sure my child actually gets the medicine, and my husband didn't just quit it. Then it was Christmas, and the holidays seemed like a bad time for a breakup. Excuses, excuses, I know. And so, here I am. I am still hoping to have a confrontation and get out of this relationship. I'm not going to post any more updates here because at this point it's just drama. Thank you to all those who posted previously for your advice and support.